Hi guys, it's Julian. Welcome back to my channel, Tap, Snap, and Map. Today what I want to do is talk to you a little bit about AutoCAD and what we are doing here together and what our goals are to get out of this channel, because this is for all of us so that we can grow. What I have done is I have opened up AutoCAD, and you can see that I am running AutoCAD 2025. Okay, so most of what I'm going to be talking about is going to be framed or reference around AutoCAD 2025 until I switch to a newer version. I typically switch about every couple of years or so, but for right now I'm working on AutoCAD 2025. What we're looking at up here is called my ribbon inside of AutoCAD. Okay, most of you guys, unless you have customized your AutoCAD, are going to have most of the tabs that I'm looking at now: Home, Insert, Automate, Parametric, View, Manage, Output, Add-ins, so on and so forth. However, I have added a ribbon of my own, okay, and these are just different tools that I have developed to automate different workflows that I'm doing inside of AutoCAD for engineering temperature control systems, okay. The reason why I want to show this to you is I want to talk about the different styles of tools that we have to use to automate things within AutoCAD, okay. All of these are customizations that I have created, okay, that are different tools that I use within AutoCAD for different things, okay? And what we have represented here are three different types of tools that we have to be able to use, okay? And to talk about that, I'm going to bring up my File Explorer where I keep a lot of these tools at. Later on, we'll talk about where I keep them and why I keep them a certain way. But if you look at this particular folder that I happen to be calling LISP for right now, I have a lot of LISP files, .lsp files, that's list processing language. I also have some files that end with an extension called .dll. These are dynamic link library files, okay? And then another type of file that occasionally I might use within AutoCAD would be a .exe. This is just a standalone console application that doesn't really have anything to do with AutoCAD itself, but it might be a tool that I want to um, run from inside of AutoCAD. So all three of those types of files, the .lsp files, the .exe files, and my .dll files, okay, are all represented in my ribbon, and by clicking on a button I can do something within AutoCAD, okay? A lot of times for me, maybe that might be inserting a block into my drawing, and I just used a Lisp. I clicked on something up here that said, you know, insert something into my drawing, and I just used a Lisp to get that done, okay? If I had, for example, if I opened up another drawing here real quick, I'm just going to get rid of this bill of materials down here, and I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to build a bill of materials. I just used a .dll or a dynamic link library file that I built in .NET to build this table within the drawing. You know, previously I would have had to have done that using a data extraction, okay? And then there might be another, you know, for example, I told you that I occasionally called things from outside of AutoCAD, and I just clicked on a button up here called Totalize BOM, and perhaps I might go browse for a folder. I'm just going to go here to, I'll try and come up with an example of something perhaps that I can fly into real quick. I'll just go into a this is pretty pointless at this point in our discussion, but I just executed a program that doesn't really live inside of AutoCAD to go and do something with all this data that I had, built inside of a drawing and it previously extracted. I know I'm kind of wandering in the weeds for a little bit, but what I wanted to talk to you about is the tools that we have available to us inside of AutoCAD to get things done, okay? So the purpose of this discussion was to say that inside of AutoCAD, I have created buttons for myself, okay? That's a different part of a different discussion that we're going to have. But these buttons reference different types of files that I can call on in AutoCAD to automate things. LISP files, dynamic link library files, and occasionally I'll create standalone console applications that I can call inside of AutoCAD as well too to automate my workflow. Okay, that's pretty much the extent of this short video that I wanted to talk about right now, was to just go over the different types of customization tools that I can build within AutoCAD. Later on, we're going to start talking about how we can create those tools, how we can call those tools and use them within AutoCAD. But this is just a short place for us to get started with each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.